And even if it's a culture, the entire culture is dancing to it, you have to refuse. But it reveals something. The enemy is a musician. He uses music. Why? Because music is of God to praise God. He wants to use it for himself. And music is also powerful. It can manipulate. It can trigger. That's why movies are filled with music to trigger your emotions. As the flute of a piper. When they unveiled the Arch of Baal in New York City, I was there. They did so with a band playing Middle Eastern music as if you were in the worship of Baal. In ancient Israel, there's a valley called Hinnom. It was there that they offered up their children as sacrifices to their new gods. It was called Valley, Guy, or Geh, Hinnom, Gehinnom, and we get the word Gehenna, the symbol of hell. But the specific place where they offered their children was called Tophet. Tophet comes from the word Toph, same word used of the enemy. Toph means, not only does it mean tambourine, it means drum. And so it's believed they drummed to drown out what was going on in that valley when they offered their children. The enemy is a drummer. Your settings and your mountings, your tambourine or your drums and your sockets. But the word there, the original word behind sockets, is the word nekeb. Nekeb is also the Hebrew word for pipes and flutes. The enemy is a piper, a flutist. He wants you to dance. The enemy's a musician. When Israel fell away from God the first time on Mount Sinai, was with a golden calf. Music, they were partying. Music was involved. When it fell away later from God to gods, music was part of the worship of the new gods. And revelry and debauchery. When I was coming to the Lord, I was still listening to the music I was listening to before I came to the Lord. And I was listening to one song came on, I never heard it before. Nothing about it was overt. No words. It was just the beginning. Nothing obvious, just music. And in my spirit, I just said and I said something I never say. I said, that's music of the devil. Now, I don't even use that phrase, that I'm not saying all rock or all, I'm not saying that, but I just said that. And then the words began, and the song was called Dancing with the Devil. I had no idea. Several of my friends in high school were heavy into the band Led Zeppelin. And my friend who came to the Lord, he said, Lord, show me what this is. Should I listen? The record label they were on was called Swan Song. It showed a winged being that was not quite human swirling around on the record, around and around as if it was plummeting to the earth. And Messiah said, I saw Satan falling like lightning from heaven. My point isn't about any one song or any one group or any one form of music. Not about music at all. It's about this. The enemy is a musician. He's a drummer. He's a piper. He's a flutist. He wants you to dance to his tune. He played his pipes and his drums in Russia and caused millions to embrace a godless evil, salute a red flag, and worship their leaders and kill tens of millions of their countrymen and persecute the gospel. He played his pipe and his drum in Germany. Literally, they had this kind of very drum music. He caused millions to embrace a satanic evil in Nazism and raise their arms to the swastika and to a sociopath and hate the gospel and commit genocide against the Jewish people and others. Notice they all use music. Is he still piping and drumming today? Yes. Israel killed thousands of its children in the place called Tophet. The drum, the toph, we have killed millions to the devil's drumbeat. He's still playing those things through the media, through the music industry, through all sorts of parts of our culture, through the sound of the majority to make you dance and go along with it, to the censoring of anything that is for God, to stop worshiping God. Through the devil hates prayer. So prayer is being ruled out. And yet dance to this new morality. Dance to it through the drums of pornography to make you dance, trigger you. Because if he got you there, he can keep you from all the other through the drums of addiction, the flute of addiction. For children, he's indoctrinating them in children's television against God, the ways of God, and in their schools, it is drumming, cartoons to make them dance. And even if it's a culture, the entire culture is dancing to it, you have to refuse. And it's not just cultural. The enemy is around and is fighting you in your life. The drums and the flutes. The enemy is always trying to trigger you, to push your buttons, make you panic, to play a tune to make you fear, play a tune to make you depressed, play a tune to make you fear and go all over, to take away your peace, or have you discouraged, or tempt you into that sin, make you fall. When we were growing up, there were commercials on television with songs that were often silly, still are, I'm sure, but years later, we still have them in our mind. Why? Because, well, I have in my mind, it's Slinky. It's Slinky. What an incredible toy. What brainwashing is that? Everyone wants a Slinky. You will want a kind of fascist, but it's still in my mind years later. The enemy uses tunes from your past to play in your head and make you dance. Tunes of failure, of rejection, of shame. You know the tune. You all deal with something. Or there's a piping of others. Someone comes up to you, starts gossiping. The enemy is trying to make you dance to it. Wants you to join in, defile you. Hi, I'm Jonathan Cahn, and I hope you were blessed with the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Feel free to share your reactions with your comments and how you were blessed, and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.